Southern Vangard Radio. This is DJ John Doe, and to the left of me is my man.
Still burnt out.
Burnt out Chino.
Young Chino in the building. What's happening?
Oh, Meeks, you still burnt out, dog?
Still burnt out.
Why? What's happening?
It's just
it's too much.
A thing to be right now.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was cool, man. I did absolutely nothing. I hadn't moved my car until tonight.
Well, that is the exact opposite of what I was doing this weekend.
Yeah.
I was a chauffeur all weekend.
Yeah. I did nothing, man.
Canton, Georgia.
I cooked
everywhere.
All the meals were eaten in-house. No special shit this weekend.
You didn't have to make a liquor store run? Nothing? You had it all at the house?
Nah, it was dry county.
Oh, it was dry?
Yeah.
Damn.
Nah, I had a 6-pack of Miller High Lifes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the champagne of beers.
Champagne.
Yeah.
It is.
Champagne. But yeah, I fucked around and left them in the freezer Friday night and woke up to Titanic Saturday morning.
Damn.
But I still drank them though. Slush and all. It's still summertime.
So what, you left them in the freezer? Were they cans?
Yeah, cans.
Oh, they were cans. Oh,
yeah.
They were bottles.
I asked somebody to take them out, and they told me they would, but they didn't.
They didn't. That's kind of like when somebody asked me to take the laundry out of the washer and put it in the dryer before I go to bed, and I don't do it. It's kind of like that.
Yeah. Stinking ass beers, stinking ass clothes.
Exactly.
One and the same.
Oh man,
How about you, man?
I'm back into football routine.
Football
scrimmage tomorrow. Yesterday.
Hey, I need you to get Rose to do me a favor, man.
Yes,
I need him to kneel.
We talked about this last week.
Okay,
no, he did.
No,
he's not going to kneel. Probably not.
I'll talk to him. I'll impress upon him the importance. I'll show him the third verse of the Star Spangled Banner.
Okay,
that ought to get it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, he played 2 scrimmage games this Saturday.
Okay. He ain't throw his fist up or nothing?
Nope.
Dang.
None of that.
I had to talk to that boy, man. Dang.
Do what?
Did they even do it at the scrimmage?
No.
Somebody told me you were singing this season. Every game? Yeah.
Every
home game.
So, football's back and mowing the lawn. And did you see the edge on the grass when you put it in?
I did, man.
That was some exquisite work this weekend.
Vintage, like some real, somebody south of the border might have got down on that. But I know better than that. Because, me and you, we get down the same. I do my yard, man. I get cards all the time. Like, yo, we do lawn service. I don't give
Not
a
as good as me.
I'm on an acre, man. What the fuck I look like paying somebody to cut my goddamn grass?
Are you're on? Yeah, you're on an acre.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
that shit ain't nothing.
Riding lawnmower for an acre.
Nah, I'm pushing.
I gotta push more too.
I'm one step above the beef.
I'm just laying the foundation.
He had the shit with just the blades on.
Right, you're one step above that.
I got a gas engine on my shit, man.
Yeah.
45 minutes, man. I'm in and out.
Me too. That's about my
that
about
shit
my
ain't
MO
nothing.
too.
Why am I paying you to do what?
Yeah,
no,
exactly. All right, good, man. So that's really about it.
Yeah, same
dad life,
shit, man. Dad life, husbandry.
Well, so this week's a little bit different, though.
How so?
Well, it sounds a little bit different. We got 2 other gentlemen in the studio with us tonight.
Yeah, man.
Which is pretty crazy.
We know these cats, too.
We do. So we got a crazy in-studio interview session this week.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the first time you're listening because you're fans of the 2 gentlemen that we have here tonight.
Yeah.
This is Southern Vangard Radio. We drop twice a week. Tuesdays is a mixed show. Thursdays is an interview session. And make sure you follow on SoundCloud, Mixcloud, Apple Podcasts, and Stitcher Radio. And then we got some affiliates too, right, Meeks?
Yes, return to BoomBap, WRBB. I am ClassicRawRadio.net, ATLHipHop.com, all 3 of those, Atlanta.
Yeah.
And we venture out to the West Coast for Soul Public Radio.
Boom. All right. You want to do the
West
intro?
Coast.
You want to do the intro?
Hey, man, we're supposed to get a bottle of Jameson here tonight. didn't make it, so they got to drink what we drank, and it's just how it is. Goddamn it!
An old friend named Ezra Brooks.
Yes, and that's just how it's going to be, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pimps and pimpettes, shysters and shysties. The one, the only.
Dramatic. Super dramatic.
Fucking Jamo Gang is in the building tonight.
Southern Vangard.
Yeah.
Jamo.
God, J57.
What up?
What's going on?
I was just thinking, I actually own one of those mowers with the blades.
Oh, you do?
My yard is about the size of this room.
That's all you need, right?
In Brooklyn, that's all you need.
Having a yard in Brooklyn is like having a golf course here.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
So there's no point to having a mower with gas. So I bought one of those little things.
That's cool.
And everyone in the neighborhood also thinks I'm being like,
like, yo, he's really proactive.
He's really conserving
going out there.
Conserving energy.
Well,
like
great.
this guy doesn't use straws anymore.
That's great. That's just great.
Yo, there's an old lady in my neighborhood, lives across the street from me. She's got one of those. She looked like she catching bloody hell every time she's out there.
I've actually never used one of those before.
Then I come outside and do this shit right here. Like, exactly. Hey, Miss Lady.
You don't even have to prime that bitch either, right?
Tim the Toolman Taylor over here.
It's the premise of Edward Scissorhands, like the way that they work, like it's
right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dope mechanics that go along with that. So
no doubt.
Until that bitch get dull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you're cutting that one big old weed and then the grass, it doesn't work.
You just go buy a new one.
Right.
Oh, man. So how y'all doing, man?
Good, man. Good to be here.
Yeah?
You know what I'm saying?
Got you fresh off that plane, right?
Fresh off the plane.
He's off the jet. He's off the jet.
Having a Wise Blood IPA.
Yeah, man.
Sponsorship.
Can't beat it.
Wow.
Who's that by?
That's by Wild Heaven Craft Beer.
Bars.
Let's get that
money.
Sponsorship money.
Get that out of the way.
Yeah. Now that's done. Yeah. I landed this morning. We were in Fort Worth. What's that? We played on Friday night. What day is it? Sunday right now?
It is Sunday.
Wow.
Yes.
So yeah, we played Friday night in Fort Worth. We played Thursday night in El Paso. We played Wednesday night in Albuquerque. So the boys are on tour. We have a few days in between where we're going to be recording and shooting a couple videos here.
Yeah.
The boys are back in town.
And Raz is still circling Hartsville right now. Right?
Yeah. Raz had a weird situation with I don't know what happened with his flights, but
it was a booking sitch from somebody else. So.
Gotcha.
I'm sure he'd rather be here than
much rather be here.
Madison, Wisconsin.
Yeah, shouts to Madison, shouts to Charles Grant.
No, wherever he is, I don't know because
he's in Milwaukee getting Miller Lite getting hammed up. Yeah, exactly.
But Raz will always find himself in a good situation. No matter he could be in. The northern parts of Alaska in winter. And
some fan is like, I still listen to Soul on Ice every day.
He'll find a dope bar.
Right. And ask him about The Alchemist.
Yeah. Right? They will.
By the way, that actually happened to us a couple of years ago when we were in Jackson, Wyoming.
Oh, random.
Which is a great town. It's an amazing town.
Yeah.
But we had a friend that wanted to book us for this show. It was a Ras Kass tour. Me, Ras Kass, and our boy Spawn, who's Black Thought's engineer.
Oh, I met him. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Spawn. He's amazing. But we went on this whole little northwestern tour, and we stopped through Jackson, Wyoming.
Oh, that's crazy.
And we went to they wanted us to play this one spot, and we got there, and it was like a Coors Light commercial where like nobody was there, and then like an hour in, the whole place like filled up, and a bunch of rich dudes were like they dropped literally 20 Johnny Walker Blacks at the stage.
Wow.
And they were like, "These are for you," and we're like, "Okay," like so we don't want to kill ourselves. We started handing them out. By the end of the night, Raz is off with he's with the richest guy in town, and he's got a big party. He's got a pool party going because it's March, and that guy has a pool inside.
Yeah.
That sounds very accurate, by the way, after going on a couple tours with these guys.
He'll find his
the
way.
sounds are about right, you know?
Yeah, y'all sound like real rappers, man.
Yeah.
The Coors Light commercial thing is so funny, though.
God damn.
The richest guy in town. He's
The
wearing a cowboy
richest
hat.
guy in what part of Wyoming?
It was
Jackson?
Jackson Hole. He's
Jackson Hole.
The richest guy.
They were
in
like,
Jackson
hey,
Hole.
Mr. Ras Kass, I like the cut of your jib.
Well, that's probably where they had the Kanye listening party, right? Probably same guy.
Yeah, that guy brought him out.
What do you say you have these 20 shots of Johnny Walker Black, and then you wake up in my basement duct tape to the furnace?
Oh, man.
No, thank you, sir.
It got weird.
Yeah.
I will
I don't know. Maybe
take the Johnny Walker.
Maybe
but
Raz
no,
is glad
thank you.
he's not here right now.
Yeah,
I don't
maybe.
know.
The cut of your
Oh, this is what you get for not being here. Yeah, I don't know.
I will tell you a funnier story really quick if I have a moment.
You have the floor.
That same night, so while he's off doing that, 4 or 5 dudes are like, "Hey, man." One dude was like a legit El Gant fan, and he's like, "I love your music." He's like, they were all from Atlanta. They were on they were at a bachelor party.
That's crazy.
And they were like, "Yo, if I gave you like, they started offering money amounts. If I gave you like a certain amount, would you come back to our condo and rap for the Bachelor? He's back there right now, and like just like spit a 16. Like he's a fan of yours."
That's amazing.
And I felt like at one point I kind of felt like a hooker, because at first I'm like, nah, man, I'm not doing that. Like, of course I'm not. And then I'm like, well, I mean, if you guys, a certain amount, I'll come back. I'll rap for 15 minutes.
There it is.
Long story short, we go back to the condo, and it's the same condo I stayed at when I played there 3 years prior, when we played with Brother Ali, and Justin Timberlake came out.
I remember that, yeah.
So a really crazy night.
Wait. Have we told that story?
Stop.
I don't think that story's been told.
Okay, we're coming back to that. We'll
Yeah.
continue.
But we go.
I love a good JT
I'm like,
story.
I'm like, this condo is this like I've been in this place before. This one out of thousands of condos in this vacation town, and the dude's like, all right, cool, man, I'm gonna get your money. And I want you to rap for the Bachelor. And all of a sudden the dude goes.
Was he just like waiting in his
in
a
chair?
bed to be rapped to?
That's so weird.
It got so weird. The dude goes to walk down the stairs, just does like a somersault down the stairs drunk, and then just lands at the bottom, passes out, and his boy's like, yeah, he's not getting up. He's passed out for the night. But like doesn't even check on the dude. Like, so I'm making sure the guy's like just okay. And then after that, they all like go to the kitchen table, like chop up a bunch of Molly, and they're like, "Hey man, so like Skrillex's manager's like a friend of ours."
Oh my
and I'm like, "Yeah, you know what? I'm done with this whole night, man. Like I'm gonna get out of here." Like, but I got home. I'm like, must be what like a prostitute feels like. Where she's
right.
She's
Every
cutting
night.
deals. There's a bunch of dudes back.
Did you
there.
get the money?
Nope, and I didn't rap either. So
Okay, gotcha,
So it worked out.
but it happened.
But that's a good ass story, though.
That is a
This guy falls down the
wild,
stairs.
And then Ras Kass was off at Wild Jim's, elk preserve somewhere.
Yeah.
I love that the dude fell down the stairs like Gene Wilder and Willy Wonka, like in the beginning when he comes down the thing.
but then slept where he landed. Like he slept.
See,
right.
that's the difference. Gene Wilder got up.
He didn't say ouch and then like move it to the couch. Like he where he landed.
Wow.
Oh,
Hell of a night.
yeah. All right. So go back to the
Hell of
Brother
a
Ali Justin Timberlake story.
So a few years prior to that, like we have a huge connection with Jackson. A friend of mine owned a snowboard magazine there, and they would always fly me out. And I brought the Beatnuts out one year. They had this snowboard magazine party, and
what was it called? The snowboard magazine.
Jackson Hole Snowboarder Magazine.
Okay.
So shout out to my man Jesse Brown and the whole crew. So every year we'd come out, and I brought the Beatnuts out. They were homies. They really wanted to see him. But the following year, they brought out Brother Ali and me. And one year it was me and Yellow Wolf, which was really dope as well. We all went out snowboarding together. But
That's cool.
The Brother Ali year, it was there's a lot of local acts that'll perform, and then there's me and Brother Ali, and then I was the first hip hop act to ever play in the $1 Million Cowboy Bar, which is like this 100-year-old bar in Jackson, Wyoming.
wow.
Wait, that's really what it's called?
It's called the $1 Million Cowboy
That's
Bar.
sick.
That's where
cool.
Kanye had his like.
Oh, it was his shit. His
Oh,
thing.
shit.
party.
So you got to rock there before him?
But me, yeah, I was the first guy to hip hop act. But Brother Ali rocked, and then Timberlake was his. Somehow he has a connection. His cousin is like from the town. This girl, but we were all downstairs hanging out in this like what we'll quote VIP area. Had a really good time. We're drinking whiskey. We're all talking.
Element said Travis Rice was there. The snowboarder.
He's from the town.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's from there. Okay, yeah. So it's like mad, like cool people there.
So Brother Ali is on stage. It's a 700-person venue. It's packed. You know, he's doing his thing. And all of a sudden, Justin Timberlake comes up out of nowhere, walks up the stairs, gets on the stage, grabs a microphone, and starts beatboxing. And now, those that know Brother Ali, like his vision isn't 2020.
Yeah.
So he's like,
who the fuck is this
he
guy
just
on my
thinks it's some
stage?
like little snowboarder dude that grabbed the mic and while Brother Ali's spitting because he's such an amazing showman and his live show is just crazy.
Yeah.
He like while he's just in the middle of his verse, he just kind of grabs the mic at a Justin Timberlake's. And then when he gets done with his song, his DJ like calls him over and he was like da 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 da. That was who, you know, that's Justin. And so then he calls him back over, and then Justin starts beatboxing, and Brother Ali just kicks like a 15-minute freestyle.
What?
Yo, there's video footage online somewhere.
No, I gotta check.
It was on TMZ then the next day.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yo, I was like passed out on my couch 4 a.m. back in the day. 4 a.m. I got a text from Element because it was L DJing for you.
Yeah,
is that what it was?
Yeah,
DJ Element was there too. So Element texted me at 4 a.m. our time, East Coast, and he goes, "Yo, you won't believe this. Justin Timberlake just beatboxed for Brother Ali." And I woke up and I'm like, I thought it was like delirious. I woke up the next day and I'm like, wait, that did happen. That's fucking like that's
and
how.
First of all, Justin Timberlake's a dope beatboxer.
Yes,
and then he starts, and you know, brother Ali's doing. He's like, "Yo, Brother Ali."
Yeah, the sing songy
going
shit.
in, he's going in, and the whole crowd's going crazy. But
that's dope.
That's crazy. And that just reminds me of the last time I saw you. We went to the concert.
Atmosphere.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
Yeah,
that's right.
That was a fun show. Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Had a good time.
The Dough Man was missed, but it was a fun show.
Yeah, that was somewhere.
Actually, his doppelganger was there. I took a picture with him.
That's right. I remember
that a little bit.
That happens to me a lot. I think I'm
I want to
really
take that picture. I was like, nah, man, you look like my
I'm
homie.
a really regular looking motherfucker, man. Just
I remember that
bald
completely
head,
now. I do
glasses.
remember that.
That's it. Yeah.
Dude,
that happens a lot, actually.
Bullshit.
Classic.
It happens a lot. All right, so tell us a little bit about the Canadian tour, guys. Let's get the.
There's a lot to talk about that. I'll start with.
I'm going to use the bathroom really quick because
okay.
I didn't get to do that.
Yeah, you do.
Start right ahead.
I'm gonna go with
down the hall.
The best way the best way to start this is. I mean, there was a lot of miles. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of miles that were done. El Gant was actually the one who drove the entire way.
I saw that.
Didn't have to. Wanted to.
Why is
bucket
that?
list. So he'll touch on that when he gets back. You know what I mean?
All right.
But that was a bucket list thing. So that was crazy. He started with that. We started actually. You know what's funny? They booked. Shouts to Perry, man. Good Friday Entertainment, like total homie, like best ever. Did a great job booking everything. He started off for us in what was it? Just outside of Boston, I think it was. Yeah, that was it. Mm-hmm. And we went over there, rocked, and then went up to Canada, and then went up to like Prince Edward Island. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's super. That's as east as you could get.
Right.
Like you have to like take a ferry and stuff. We did this long ass bridge. I think it might be the longest, if not one of the longest bridges in North America. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So like, were you on and you were like, when is it for real? When's this?
Like over half hour. Half hour.
Really?
Straight up. Like me and Gant were kind of bugging at that point. We're like, yo, this is weird. We thought we were like tripping or something. You know what I'm saying? And
a bridge to nowhere.
A bridge to nowhere. And like Raz flew in from where we were at in Boston. So me and Gant and Johnny Vulgar. Right? Or was it just you and me, actually, when the long bridge at Prince Edward Island, Gant. It was Vulgar couldn't get over the border at that time, so it was just you and me.
Wow, that was really just you and me.
Wow, because Raz had to fly in, and we thugged it out and drove the 9 hours there.
Our tour opener got left at the border.
And then successfully, a few days later, they let him through with a lot of paperwork shit.
Can I ask why?
I'll tell you exactly why. It's really hard to get into Canada.
Super hard, man.
Like you think
really super hard.
If it's hard to get into the U.S. or the lack of,
it's not hard to get into the U.S.
They gave us shit coming back after he couldn't get over into Canada. We had to like come back to America to drop him off, and we were coming in. We got almost more shit coming back into the U.S. than in Canada, and I was like, I've driven over the border a million times for these little one-off shows.
Right.
I never had the problem.
More or less, our opener, who's a really talented MC.
Yeah, Johnny Vogler.
And shout out to Johnny Vogler. We were on the way, and we're about midway through Maine at this point.
Yeah,
and Jay starts
Element's on the fucking speakerphone with us.
Yeah, we're talking about this time Element couldn't get into Canada years ago because he had a DUI.
Right.
So we're all laughing about it. We're like, yo, of course you can't get into Canada if you have a DUI unless you have your paperwork. So all of a sudden, Johnny Vogler, who's the loudest dude I've ever met, got real quiet. He's like, man, I got a DUI. And we're like, okay, so you're not getting in. Do you have any paperwork? He's like, no, man. So we get to the border. Of course, they're like, pull in. They call us into the office. They make us sit for 3 hours.
Literally
3 hours.
Literally.
People are, and we're one of the few. And then he comes out. He's like, yeah, I don't have your, I can see that you had this. He goes, yeah, but it all got solved. I went through the whole thing. It's 2013. They're like, we don't have that on our records. So we had to drive back into Maine, drop him off. He had to get his paperwork worked out. And
by the way, it was the day before Easter. So he had to wait in a random ass city.
This little town in Maine, like something they do a TV show, like that one where Ray Romano runs for
that kind of shit.
Gene Hackman runs for mayor of the town, like it's like that shit.
100 people in it, kind of shit.
Caribou, fucking
Johnny
name.
Vulgar,
right?
So and his name is Johnny Vulgar, by the way. So he's already getting off on a bad foot. But
yeah.
We have to get to Prince Edward. We got to get to Prince Edward Island, which is 7 hours away. So we're like, yo, all right, you're the opener. We got to go, and he understood it. He's a team player.
He thugged it out.
But
good dude.
They go, we're going to hand you your passports. You're going to go back to the U.S. border, and then drop him off, and you can come back through. Just we know who you are. We'll let you through. So. The U.S.
You're like, oh, this is hilarious. This isn't going to work like that.
Oh my god!
The U.S. border guy can see 70 yards down the Canadian guy handing us our passports.
Yeah,
We'd never made it in. We pull up to the U.S. Customs, and this little
this guy, man, he looked like a claymation figure in a police uniform. He just looked like a joke. He goes, what did he say? He points at me. I was wearing sunglasses. He goes, "You shades off," and I'm like, "Oh, this is not going to go well."
Passports, gentlemen, you shades off. Pull into bin number 3. We pull in.
That was it.
We pull in with our SUV, and they're like, "Forfeit your cell phones. We're gonna have to search your vehicle. You were just in Canada," and I'm like.
You were in another country. I'm like, that's how he did it.
I'm like, you clearly see that we never actually made it into the country. He's like, yeah, but technically you were, so we got to check your vehicle.
And
are you shitting me?
And then we sat another 45 minutes.
They acted like we were freaking criminals too.
I'm never going to Canada.
It was weird. It was like an evil little.
To our listeners, I'm the one black guy in the room. I'm never going to Canada.
I will tell you. I will tell you another great, amazing thing about Canada is that they are a lot more tolerant of each other. Compared to the U.S.,
that's true. That's true.
There's everything. A lot of things that exist here don't necessarily exist in Canada.
Still not going.
Canada's dope. Just the border was whack.
The border was whack. Once you
Canada's
get in,
awesome. Otherwise, you would love it. They would love you.
I've heard that about.
You're just talking about
you fly in, you'll be good. Just that driving through shit is a bad move because they will mess with people.
But yeah,
they just love it.
When you start talking about forfeiting your passport and all that shit.
That's a guy who hates his job and it's stuck there. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you fly in, you're at the airport. You know what I'm saying? That's why Ras flew in. He's like, I don't want to deal with any of the bullshit.
When I was young, it used to be easy because we'd go to Montreal because you can be 18, and I went to college in Albany, New York, so it was like 3-hour drive. But it's not this it's hard. But if you have any kind of prior. Right? I understand that part.
I've heard the DUI story. The DUI, though, actually, and someone actually didn't know that and went on they went on a company trip.
Oh, wow.
This is like one of my peers' friends or something, and they had to go to Canada for like a trade show.
Damn.
Got to the border. He was like in a car with his boss and somebody else, and they're like, "Sir, you had a DUI in 2006, like fucking 10 years ago."
Oh, 10 because the number is 7. That
whatever.
But if you don't have the paper, but if you don't have the paperwork, even if it was 10, 11 years ago.
Why would you have that paperwork on you?
That's a good point, though.
why? Seriously,
I guess. Well, I mean, why would you know to do that unless you were told? You know what I'm saying?
Well, see, Raz is a very smart guy, as we all know. Raz even flew into the airport and I put on a tuxedo.
Yeah, he wore like a nice suit and shit. Yeah.
Maybe not a tuxedo, but like a cardigan and like a tie.
Yeah,
because he's
that was it. Yeah, he did.
Count gets on that shit. Count base.
He's
on that shit all the time when he travels.
Appearance is everything.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Counts told me that story before.
I learned a lesson off of that flying off a buddy pass. And I
used to do that back in the day.
I showed up. I was echoed out, echo outfit, shorts.
Echoed out.
With Tim's on. And I presented buddy pass. Dude was like, "You're not getting on my plane like that." I'm like, "What the fuck you talking about?" Like, sir, your dress is either your bag has got some decent pants or something in there, but I can't let you get it. Of course, I had dreads at the time. So
they used to really do that heavy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's really crazy.
But there was one other time where I flew again and I put my best shit on, and the lady that was taking the boarding passes, she was like, "That's a really nice suit." She like, you look a little too good to be flying.
Oh my
Coach.
God.
I was like, well, do something about it.
Right.
First class, man. I'm like, yeah, this shit right here.
That's good.
I'm like, lesson learned.
That's sick.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to date myself because when I first got on, define get on, but when I first really got into the game,
define get on.
One of my main producers was DJ King Shamik from Twin Hype.
Wow.
Wow.
We did a lot of work. Shout out to him. We still talk a lot.
I don't know if I knew that.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
He executive
Shamik
produced
from 212?
King Shamik.
No.
I'm like, is that another group?
That's a Woo reference.
Yeah, that's Purple Tape.
So,
No, that's
he produced a lot of my first album with a. But long story short,
sorry, I can't get over the Shamik reference that
he would hook me up with Buddy Pack. That's how we flew around after I was on MTV, and every time we went to the airport, it's like early 2000s. They were like, just make sure you're wearing something like really nice when you get on that.
Oh, wow.
Because
that's crazy.
Because they like,
but it's funny, the people that you get the buddy passes from, they don't tell you that shit.
That's ill.
They just want their money.
They just want you to walk into it.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Wait, so they got to give you the heads up on that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I got the heads up.
Oh man, I had to go in the bathroom stall and unzip my shit and like basically get undressed.
What airport was this in, Meeks?
This had to be at Atlanta because I was flying out. This was at Hartsfield.
Damn, that's
I was flying out and dude made me go in the bathroom and unzip my luggage and get something out and put something on. And I was wrinkled as shit. I was like, so you gonna let me get on like this?
Yo, right?
Man,
I was
today
fresh,
you could sue the shit out of
and
those
dressed like
motherfuckers.
$1 million before this, but you gonna make me get a... I was like, how's this? He was like, that's much better, sir.
Yeah, that's
you
some
can board
lawsuit
the
shit
plane.
right
I was
now.
like, wow.
Damn, that's strong.
Okay.
That's strong.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you guys finally got together in Canada, like everybody got together.
Yeah, well,
Voltron.
Vulgar ended up meeting us in Montreal like 3-4 dates in at that point of the tour.
We missed 3 dates.
He missed a couple.
Well, he made it to New Hampshire.
New Hampshire was the first show, not Boston. My bad.
He missed Prince Edward Island. He missed Quebec City. Raz met us. Raz was there for everything. So Quebec City, Prince Edward Island was dope. Island Underground, shout out to them. They did a really dope job with us. Quebec City was really dope as well. And
I'll take that glass. Sorry, Gant.
I knew you were gonna be looking at it the whole night.
How many times?
I knew you were gonna be looking at it the whole night, so I had to move it. Sorry, Gant.
yeah, the whole tour is dope. There was a couple cities in the middle of Canada that are a little odd and maybe don't enjoy.
We had like a comedian waitress in Quebec. Remember her? That one who was like she could have been a comedian or some shit.
Yeah, Quebec City's hilarious.
They were funny. They were cool as hell.
They love being French and you know. It was,
Yo, my favorite part of the whole tour, and I was telling Gant earlier, my favorite part. It's between when I threw a lot of weed into the crowd in Vancouver, which was
and then
awesome.
everyone smoked it and we got really
Everybody
high.
smoked it. Everyone got high as shit.
Backfired on us really bad.
Them two, because they were in the front, I'm in the back. Them two got high as shit by accident because these guys smoked the shit out of
contact
guys.
guys. Yeah.
Me and I don't know if people know this, but me and Ras Kass don't really smoke weed. Like
Okay.
like
So the little's
maybe
bit-
if I'm drunk and you pass something around it, I'm like, okay, Raz doesn't
Edmonton,
smoke
yeah.
at all.
Yeah, Raz not at all.
So we're talking about contact high.
Contact, yes, it was
People
contact.
kept everywhere we went in Canada because Canada loves weed. Everyone kept giving us the gift of marijuana. So we're driving through Canada and
We had a ton of it,
so
dude.
Jay just has like
We had a ton of it in my bag.
He's like, man, when we get to Vancouver, before we have to cross into the U.S., the last show, he's like, man, I'm just going to throw everything out in the crowd. And
little bags, yeah.
And I'm waiting for everything to happen.
Holy shit.
He's about to do it, but then Johnny Voger smacked the shit out of some dude.
At the merch booth,
But that's a whole nother
story.
But,
dude deserved it.
But prior to that, Jay throws all this weed out.
Hey, man, fuck the prep topics, man. This shit.
There's no need. I put my phone down like ages ago.
But the weed,
true.
The weed literally gets. I thought people would bring it home. Like the weed starts getting smoked. Like it's like instant. Like someone caught it and they rolled it. They rolled it in 13 seconds. Yeah. So now
it was like that. It was.
I'm fucking high as shit.
That was so funny, man.
What's the other funny story,
other one?
though?
All right, this is what I was telling you earlier. Like, Gard's a very cultured dude, so he can, like, adapt to different situations. We're in fucking Canada.
What do they call that? There's a term for that where you can...
I would love to know.
No, there's a very specific term for that where you can adapt depending on
whatever, he's that guy.
Whatever social situation.
Chameleonitis.
Well, so yes, there's a term for that. Where I want to figure out what that is.
He's got a real crazy case of chameleonitis. Apparently, we're in Canada. Yo, I'm talking about when we were in Quebec. This man is speaking fluent French to the point where people like waitresses and waiters are like taking our order in French because he says like a couple of words to them, just greeting them in French, and it was so convincing. And he sells it so well that they fucking thought we were French guys or like French Canadian. And they just start going, and I'm like, yo, I don't know what the hell you just said. And they're like, oh, we can do English. We thought you guys were French because of him. He's the only French one. We're like, he's not even fucking French.
Where you get the Francais from?
Francais.
I took a little bit in high school, and I traveled a lot. But the thing with me is like
he hears the accent, right?
I can follow an accent fairly well because Quebec French, Quebecois, and French, they're very different. Like the French look at the Quebec French like the way that like we look at like a hillbilly. They're like this hillbilly ass French. Right, but
the real English look at us.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Right.
Shit like that.
That's exactly it.
So the French are just like, like if some guy comes on TV like, hey man, I was just at that monster truck rally and that dude ran over that. Like,
hey man,
like you know the
I know what you're talking about, boy. I do.
Don't get us started
with that old shit.
The Queen's English would be
that's
like
hilarious.
We speak French too, man.
But they also
French fries.
French Montana.
Quebec French has old words like they call a car like a carriage. Like they have this old French way of talking that like
interesting
that people in France are like, man, it just sounds like really old fashioned,
Victorian.
It's almost like speaking in like Shakespearean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I strike thou.
Yes, shit like that.
I smite thee.
So they laugh at that stuff. But whatever. Quebec is dope. But at the same time, when I have a couple drinks in me, that's when I can start being a little more comfortable with my French. Like I was in Belgium with Elda Sensei in December. Me, him, and John Robinson played a show, and one of our boys that we stayed with, his wife is from Senegal, and she speaks, she doesn't speak English at all, and she couldn't really talk with any of us. And on the way home from the show, I was like well lit up, and I'm just like having this full conversation about how great I think her daughter is. The next day, she was like, "Thank you so much." Or like, and I'm like, "Man, I don't even know what the fuck." But I did a good job.
Yo, and then listen to this. Not even a different language. Not even a different language. We were in, I don't even know what part of Canada. Super like almost West Coast area. Almost, right?
I think we were in like Calgary at that point.
It was Calgary, and we were trying to get a hotel because it was like one of those drive through the night situations. That's how many hours of a gap.
Oh, that was Saskatoon.
That was Saskatoon. We couldn't stop going Saskatoon. We get in the hotel. I go in the hotel first, and I was just exhausted. I didn't even sound like this fucking Guinea New Yorker or anything like that. It wasn't like that obvious. They just figured I was American. Right. He comes in, he's fucking whizzing in with this fucking Canadian accent out of nowhere.
I would talk to my girl who has witnessed me travel for 6 years, and I talked to her. She's like, "Yo, you sound
hella Canadian." I remember that shit. I heard her say that shit.
She's like,
let's hear that shit. Like tap into it.
You gotta be in it. You gotta be in
there.
it.
I gotta be there.
He does this so well that the people at the hotel,
they just love him.
They did not believe he wasn't Canadian. They were like, "No way! Like, let me see your ID." Like,
shit
like
that.
Yeah,
we're just traveling with a couple of guys right now. We're gonna go into the hotel, and it
was so good.
I'm talking to my girl. I'm like, "Yeah, it's pretty good, but right now we're in like this this casino right now, and it's kind of sketchy. There's people, kind of acting kind of crazy. And she's
Yo,
like,
that was my favorite part of the tour.
Yeah.
That, and then also all the John Doe fucking songs he was singing, like a heavy metal style from the 80s singer.
yeah.
I think I still have these.
Yeah,
Let's see if I can pull
I
one up
definitely
real
have them
quick.
saved. I think I saved them on that hard drive right there.
Gone real quick. Why was driving on this tour on your bucket list?
Just to, for me, I had this conversation with Jay on the way over here. Well, a big problem for me with starting a business a couple years ago, but my main passion is music, and it's very hard for me to be in the moment. And I talk about this all the time. I'll tell stories, and I don't know if you ever do this. You guys might identify with this. I will tell stories, and I'll talk about something. I'll be like, yeah, that happened 2 years ago, and then someone will correct me like, that shit was in fucking 2012. Because time starts moving so much faster as you get older. Right. Because when you're young, and this, you guys, you have children. Like when you're young, everything you do is new to you. High school for all of us, you probably it seems like it lasted an eternity. Yep. The older we get, the faster time goes. So I'm trying to be more in the moment because I'm always concerned about next week, next month, next year.
Right.
So I've tried to slow it down a little bit, and driving across Canada was just like, man, this is just a moment for me to go from one ocean to one ocean and just do it and say I did.
That's so fucking cool.
And say I did something and be in the moment, man.
And nobody can say that was, that was actually 6 months. No, I know exactly when this was.
Right. Yeah. Because my concept of time is so off right now. I've been rapping, and I've been, different relationships with people and trying to start businesses.
Right.
But I'm always worried about oh God, on Wednesday I got to do this. And then, within 2 months I gotta make sure that I paid this account off. And because as we get older, that shit just keeps.
It's real.
And then all of a sudden you wake up and you're fucking old.
Man. That's what causes the Sunday jitters, dude.
Sunday jitters.
That's what causes the Sunday. The Sunday jitters.
We call it the Sunday scaries.
All right, okay.
Worse.
The Sunday scaries.
The Sunday scaries, man.
We call it the Sunday jitters, man. I get Sunday jitters. Yo, motherfucker.
You get 11 o'clock at night, and you got to start the day the next day, and you're like,
yeah, I know. Yeah,
you don't you do all this stuff, and you never get a chance to really sit and be like, man, right now.
Right
now,
this is dope that we're all in this room. You know what I mean?
I always see myself as this artist that's this underground. I'm always described as the New York veteran underground artist, and I'm doing things at a certain level that I'm not happy with. But there's a lot of people that would kill to be in my position right now.
Oh yeah,
and I want to be in other people's position, but you have to enjoy your position and then work on what you're working on, and then get to the next position.
Well said.
If you don't enjoy it, then what's the point?
Yeah, totally.
Well
absolutely.
said.
Right,
and that's why you're gonna win. That attitude right there is why
I'm
you're
going
win.
to be the Steve Lombardi of hip hop. Shout out to the Brooklyn Brawler. Sometimes people bring me out. They're like, "This guy, he's been on the circuit for 15 years, but he's killing it. Give it up."
You're the wrestler.
Come out, say hi to everybody. But no matter what, you got to enjoy it. We have these incredible experiences in life. I think about experiences with me and you, John Doe. You and I standing outside of Toka Tuesdays, hanging out with Premier, and we have these. There's these dope moments that you're like, man, this is why you do it, but you don't even get to enjoy it because you're thinking about the next.
How do you get to the next thing?
Right.
Everybody does that. You're right. It's something
everybody
does that. Live in the moment more about.
So what did it feel like when you finally got to the West Coast? Where you're like, holy shit, I made it.
We were screaming at one point. We're like, yeah,
that's dope. And then how many miles is it?
It was. God, was it 4,600 miles? I think it's 30. I think across the continent it was 3,800. But the little piece of fucking frosting on our cake in this whole trip, we get to Vancouver. It's a dope show. Shout out to Snack the Ripper who
Snack came through.
He comes, meets us, introduces up,
and
the whole crew,
the whole squad came through.
Takes off into the night. And then we stay in this nice hotel, and we get up the next day, and in the back window of our SUV is broken into, and half the merch is stolen.
God damn!
In the nicest, not in the methy towns, but the nice town,
nice fucking town, crazy.
Damn, that's
insurance covered shit, whatever. Half the merch we brought half in, we were on point. And we got lax at the end, that's what happened.
Right.
But
it was 15 shirts and 20 hats.
The one time we left shit in there. But at the end of the day, he didn't give up. This guy fucking did the drive all the way to Vancouver, man.
That's gangster.
And then I took over after that for like a second.
Yeah,
going
driving
down
through
to
the Canadian
other shit.
Rockies in April still that was kind of crazy.
It was,
sketchy
I had the
still,
footage. I got video footage when he was driving. I'm shoddy, so I'm filming this. We were in blizzards. Like, there were tractor trailers just fucking turned over on the same road we're on. And these are guys who drive through this shit for a living. We don't even fucking know how to drive through that shit. We're New York
Ice
dudes.
truckers.
These are ice truckers. we watch NASCAR.
I will say that
I don't even know where that came from.
one of the other best parts of that tour, there's a town in the middle of the Canadian Rockies. This town, they're like, all right, so you're playing Nelson, British Columbia.
Yeah.
We don't know what to expect. It's between Calgary and Vancouver. We show up in this town,
Super dope.
and it's this magical, like, hippie town. And we get to this where we're playing.
Oh God, voice is getting all deep and
Yeah.
And it's a club, but upstairs from the club, it's like this like hippie massage,
Fucking spa.
beautiful spa hotel. And we get there, they're like,
Beautiful.
hey, all you guys have individual rooms. You have these crazy showers with lights that shoot shit water at you in 9 different directions.
And hold on, the towel racks were heated.
Yeah, like everything. There's a hot tub
So
on the roof.
relaxing.
And we play this show in Nelson at this club.
Hold on, shouts to Peter Payne, the promoter.
Oh yeah, he was
The
great.
fucking man, right?
And we get done with the show, and we literally have to fight. Like, there's like, no one's coming to this town. There's like 22-year-old girls and 42-year-old girls, and they're all like kicking the door, like, hey, we hang out in your hotel afterwards. And we're like, no, like fighting them off.
It's like a beeline to the fucking hotel.
We're like, this town is like,
Damn,
somebody
that's
made this up.
crazy.
Somebody
Yeah.
made
Yo,
this town up.
the next day, Johnny Vulgar's getting like all the kids, all the snowboard kids are like, yo, it's Johnny Vulgar. Like, they're like on their snap with him and shit. He's signing hats. It was like, we're like, yo, that was crazy. Like, Vulgar's like, okay, this was good.
Yeah, I got me so fucked up.
Dude,
Right
I don't
now.
even know. Mish, you pretty much drove across the country.
Did you?
Yeah,
Across
we
America?
Atlanta to L.A.
Shit.
36 hours straight. Non-stop.
That's strong.
Real? Damn.
Yeah, yeah.
Strong.
Just picture a Ford Explorer. You let the seats down in the back and throw a twin mattress back there.
Wow.
You drive out a tank of gas, transition over to the
Wow.
passenger seat. It was a rotation. So the next driver drives out the tank. They go to the passenger seat.
How many people again?
3 people.
3 people. Okay.
And the passenger goes
crazy.
to the mattress and sleeps out a tank of gas. So we did it like that.
That's
That's
fucking
strong.
hardcore.
Yeah.
Man.
That is hardcore.
Yeah,
I salute that.
36 hours straight, nonstop, just stopping to get gas. That's
Unheard
it.
of.
Yeah,
That's wild.
yeah, we had to do it, man.
That's
had
cool.
To do it.
You had like a meeting or some shit there?
we
something
were
we
trying
had
to
to
make
do?
sure my first deal went. Our first deal, Eddie Meeks and Thadico went
Gotcha.
the best it could possibly be.
Gotcha.
So we showed up on the cat.
I figured it was something
Thank you,
business related for you
Yeah,
to like
went
beast
to
out. You know?
went to the airport. Trying to fly out like the next day or some shit like that. And
Yeah.
the ticket
Probably
was
nuts.
just gonna wipe us out. So
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
left the ticketing counter and went and sat down because all the wind was taken out of our sails.
Gotcha.
And I don't know who had the bright idea, but somebody was like, "What if we drove out there?" And I think at that same moment we all like,
Light bulbs everywhere.
I'm like, I can go.
Yeah.
Like, what's up with y'all? We ain't gonna let you go by yourself. Sound like we driving.
Damn.
I've done that one other time, trip to New York.
From here.
Yeah, from here.
Oh,
like
shit.
my second trip to New York. I was trying to get somebody I was kind of involved with at the time up to see her folks. At the same time, take care of some business while I'm up in New York because I just can't let that pass. But we had her 3 kids, and it was me and her. And for some reason, she thought we could write a check at the Amtrak station.
Wow.
You cannot. So I was just like, you know what? We could just roll up there.
Let's roll.
What's up with that?
How many hours?
I got the gas. I could do this. I was like, well, you do all that shit, and I'll drive y'all up there. Cool.
What is
cool.
that, 20 hours?
Nah, it's 14.
You did 14?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's pretty
great.
good.
Yeah, I don't fuck around on that gas pedal, man. Like I do Memphis in 5 hours flat.
What is it normally from here?
Anybody else probably 6
Oh,
to
yeah,
7
easy.
hours.
Oh, you shave an
Easy.
hour off, bro? That's impressive.
Yeah,
it's-
Meeks don't fuck around.
Yeah,
That's
I don't-
impressive.
Nah, I get it in.
NASCAR
where I can
Meeks.
get it in. But,
NASCAR Meeks.
yeah, it's we did. Funny you mentioned John Robinson. We did Stacey Epps, Science of Life, Prophetics,
Signs of life.
Knoxville. Did
I
you-
remember. I drove
Yeah.
back. I helped drive back on that jump.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we got up there record time.
Yeah,
Oh, is
we
this
did.
this is the Science of Life living in Atlanta
Yeah,
era?
yeah.
John
Yeah,
Robinson
yeah.
told me a couple stories about that. That sounds like a
Yeah.
fun.
Oh, he did?
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
it sounds like a fun era. you
Yeah, it
guys
was
had.
good times, man. But we
Yeah.
did Knoxville in record time, like going up in a fucking Suburban. They was like, Meeks, we here? I was like, yeah, basically. I mean, a few more exits. He's like, what the fuck did you do? I was like, I'm up here rolling, dog. I ain't got time.
hilarious.
This ain't no Sunday afternoon drive. Man. We got to go get this money, man. And we leaving tonight.
God, that was a brutal trip
Yeah.
back though too. Oh,
yeah.
John Robinson's one of those guys too, by the way. Like, like this terminology's got good dad gang. I got like a good guy gang. Like there's certain dudes
totally.
in hip hop.
John,
Yeah.
oh, he's the best.
The dude he's
And can be
Great guy.
anywhere
Yeah.
at any time.
and
like,
super talented.
he
I
might
was
be in
in-
Italy right now. We don't know.
Yeah, I was in DC.
oh, he's getting ready to walk in. Right
Yeah. I was in DC.
Ladies and gentlemen, John Robinson.
I was in DC for work. I worked for the British consulate for a little while here in Atlanta.
What? That's crazy.
And
we should be interviewing you at this.
nah, you don't want
That's
it.
crazy because you don't want it.
Nobody wants to hear that.
Let's go down
we
that rabbit hole.
We just lost listeners, and this shit ain't even out yet. Yeah, Jay Cyanide is up there, and I was up there for training at the consulate in DC.
That's crazy.
And I got up with Jay. One of the last nights I was in town, and we went to an event at the Cavern. I think that's the name of it. It's not there anymore.
I don't even know.
Duke Ellington's old club in
wow.
DC.
That's
yeah,
cool.
it was.
That's really cool.
You go down these stairs, and it's like going down into a cave that had the walls looking like
that's sick.
real rocks. Yeah, so it's not there anymore. But we go down here just a random night. And John Robinson is performing. He's like, yo, Meeks. He's like, yo, Meeks, what the fuck you doing here? No, I was like, nah, the real question is, what the fuck are you doing here right now? Oh, I'm performing tonight. Well, we getting ready to go to the bar, get some drinks, and watch you fucking perform.
That's sick.
Break a leg, my man. You know, that type of shit. Ended up getting called up to the stage, of course.
Nice.
And, just crazy shit like that. John Robinson is like a folk hero to this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the way he does it, there ain't a lot of cats doing it.
I
like
agree.
That, you know what I mean?
doubt.
So yeah, shouts out to him.
Dude, he's got like so much good music that hasn't come out. I produced like, I don't know, at least for sure one joint that he did a video for and everything, and he showed me this 2015 when we were recording the vocals for the track that I just put out that featured him.
Yeah,
and
the
shit.
joint that just dropped.
Yeah, like we did
What's
that shit. That joint is the homie Muck and His Child.
Yeah.
My boy I grew up with and stuff in Long Island. He a dope jazz musician, had me remix the project and oversee it.
Mm-hmm.
And I did this shit back in 2015, brought in people to remix beats. And I was like, yo, I'm just going to rap on this one beat from your album. It's like a contemporary jazz kind of thing.
Right.
And I was like, I think John would be really dope on this one. I hit him up and he was down, came through, and he played me the video and the song that I produced for him and his boy. I forgot who was on it. So like, I mean, that's just in the stash, and it's like a banger. Like that should come out now, kind of shit. So I'm like, damn, he's got like deep records. You know what I mean? Like
we had this,
very prolific.
We had this whole idea, so we went out to Belgium, and shout out to my boy Chillo out there, and we went out there to do a show because Chillo and Elda Sensei had this album together.
All right.
We played one of we played the record that you were on with him on the show.
Me and El. So,
yeah.
So me and Chillo came to the U.S. We shot a video in my neighborhood in Bushwick because there's mad graffiti there. So of course.
We know the deal.
I have a personal, me personally as an artist, I will no longer rap in front of a graffiti wall just because it's been done.
Wait, so we're not going to do that for this video that we're about to shoot?
But it was dope, especially to these and El also El Sensei's a graph dude, so anyone that does a song with him is like, we're gonna
You got to do it.
You got to do it. Yeah.
That's El's
Now,
calling.
hopefully, it's one of his pieces, man.
Right. And it's so funny. Like if I have to pick anyone, I like right now. If there's like, who has El Gant collaborated with the most? Right now, it's of course it's Ras, because me and Ras have 8 million songs, even like outside of Jamo Gang. Damn. And then there's El the Sensei. We have songs since DRS back in the day, like with like Pace One and shit.
Yeah.
It's like me, him, Tech from Smith & Wesson, and
right.
So like, but me and El always get paired up on records. We just like he's an amazing dude. We get along well. We rap together well. So we do this fucking video, and then we get flown out to Belgium via Chillo to do a big show for the release of this album. Mm-hmm. So it's me, El, and John Robinson, and I spent like a considerable amount of time with that dude, just like talking, just talking about stuff. He's just like he's just a good dude and an extremely talented artist, and it's just good to be in the presence of these good guys. And
we had some good times. Yeah, we had some good times with him, man. They lived with Mello at one point when they lived here in Atlanta. Yeah, that's so many stories that come from that. Being at him with at Doom's crib one night.
That's a story.
Speaking of contact,
he told me some. He told me some incredible stories. The whole Doom era for him. Like,
wow.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. That was an amazing time for us.
And I know you guys were right in the mix of that shit.
Right there. You know what I mean?
That's sick.
Yeah, the crazy story was that one time when we went over there. Yeah, we told it. I think we told the story a few times.
A couple of times, but just
we went. Why did we go over there?
Coop was with us.
Dooms, yeah.
Coop the artist?
Yeah. Coop was with us. I think you were taking him some records. And he was in mid like Doom session. Like Science of Life was sitting over here watching video footage of them from Montreux.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Over in fucking
France.
Yeah, Switzerland or some shit
Montreux
like that.
Jazz Festival.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wherever
That's
is,
sick.
with Jam Master Jay before he passed, rest in peace to him, God bless the dead. And they kicked it with Jay the whole time.
Wow.
They over there chilling.
Yeah.
Dome is over there having a by himself meeting, recording. We got to see how this motherfucker records. It's
crazy.
It was just
God. They were blowing so much smoke in there, dude. I mean,
You're still high.
I'm not a smoker.
Yeah.
I've never smoked actually, and man, I was high as shit that night, dude.
And I came in with some more shit, and they was just like, "We should have been smoking on this shit the whole night." I was like, "Well, if y'all would invite a motherfucker over,
Gangsta
a little bit more."
Yeah, if I didn't have to fucking storm the meeting, storm the Honeycomb Hideout meeting.
But we was just sitting, we was just chilling with Doom, and got a chance to see how he worked. I think John was taking them some records. And that's why we was over there. But it was just, just good times for us, man. And not, like I said, they used to live with Mello, so we go over there. And ID was always at the boards, and
that's cool, man.
Yeah, I learned a lot from ID.
Yeah,
me and ID were always trading tips and shit.
Well, you guys doing a record together makes so much sense now.
Yeah,
that was
the first one. He was the first one to hear High Risk.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, he helped us mix that. He helped me mix that and the whole nine. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the first one to catch it.
That goes deep.
Yeah. That's family right there, man.
That's dope.
Yeah, John's a good dude for sure.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, what are you guys working on now?
The album, I think, is kind of done. We're gonna go through it tomorrow.
I'm also competing professionally. I'm bringing Yo-Yo. There's a few things. There's a few things I'm delving into.
That's what's up.
But that
hair metal,
that one Duncan butterfly was like the real trickster yo-yo. So I'm getting back the one that lit up. Like I want to do that.
Yeah.
That's his main goal.
I got one in my drawer. It's not the light up one, but I got one.
Oh, I could do what's the rock the cradle thing?
Oh, y'all don't want to pull out that yo-yo shit, man. I'll fuck y'all up on some yo-yo shit.
Yeah, sit over there.
I can do the fucking Eiffel Tower. I can do the five. Oh yeah, I can do
for real?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, got real.
Oh, I nerded out. This is some college shit.
Man,
some college
walk
shit.
the dog on your
college
ass.
shit.
It's
Most people in college are playing fucking beer pong.
Well, no. Here's what
and John Doe's fucking rocking the baby in the.
Yes. I was DJing. I'd go to school. I'd come home. I'd fucking practice. And then after I got tired of practicing, I'd practice fucking around with the yo-yo. And then I'd start the cycle all over
Hand
again.
dexterity. That's what
See?
you
Yeah.
Those are all warm-ups for your DJing.
That's why it's so dope.
And he didn't mention that he was doing demos with Nappy Roots. But
doing demos with Nappy Roots. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow.
And
I actually heard that story. You did tell me that.
And in 2018, he's added ham curls.
Yes.
He's got the kettlebell or whatever the fuck it's called in the closet over there.
Yeah, man.
Just curling it.
Ham curls. Anyway,
Ham.
What were you saying?
What,
you guys are working on out.
absolutely,
you're working on an
absolutely nothing.
No, forget about the album. Let's talk about fucking yo-yos.
I'm spending the summer in the south of France, and
course.
Drinking wine like a divorcee. Whatever.
Yeah. I'm just gonna figure out like how to live my best life, and I'm dating several prominent Instagram models. No, actually, what we're doing,
He's actually that
Gone to
Bilzerian
Buddhist now.
guy.
we are finishing the album up. It's pretty much
Yeah,
it's
we
almost
think it
done.
might be done.
Yeah, we have a
We
couple
don't know
joints. Me and Raz have discussed some things that we want to do, and me and Jay have discussed some things that we want to do. Like it's almost done, and then we're going to release it probably the top of 2019.
Realistically, yeah.
Which is
Okay.
even me saying 2019 sounds
Super weird.
crazy. Like it's 20 years
That
from now.
means 20 years
That's
from the
4 months from now.
fucking
5
Y2K.
months.
So we're gonna we already shot one of the videos off the new album, which is
you did?
a super political record.
Okay.
The shit is hard.
We can go back to what Meeks discussed, the third verse of the national anthem. The record's actually called Francis Scott Key.
Oh shit!
J57 sent me a beat, and it was one of his favorite beats, and I heard it, and within, some of the best records you write are super fast.
Yeah.
Within a few days, I sent him back this verse, and I was just
Crazy.
upset. And I wrote this verse, and I sent it back to him, and I'm like, "Yo, here's what the fucking song's gonna be called. Here's what the song's about." And of course, Raz being as politically motivated as he is,
mutilated
when
it.
I gave him that, he's
like, "Oh."
He sent a verse back, which is also just a punch in the mouth. So I have a boy named Brian Saxon who directed the Golden Era, and he's very politically motivated as well. He was like, "I want to direct this." And one of our other boys, who's an editor for the show Live PD, by the way, like on the side, he's very politically motivated. He's like, "I'm going to edit it for nothing," and this video is going to be coming out. I kind of want to do it like on a symbolic day, like Columbus Day.
That would be perfect.
Italian guys that like are proud of our heritage, and this is the wrong day. But this joint is so. And we'll play it for you before we leave tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
This
I have
joint
it right there on the
this
left.
joint
All
is
right.
so fucking hard, and it strikes to the point of what we're doing, and it's going to define our next album because
Oh, really?
everyone got to hear the EP, and
feel, vibe,
it's like cool, man.
message.
Ras Kass and El Gant rap, and J57 produces. It's dope.
Yes, joints.
Like it's
Joints.
joints, right?
Yeah.
Like this
These
album.
are album cuts.
When I
I mean,
gotcha.
album songs, not cuts.
Like I have a song about. We at this point, I think we can dig into this.
Yeah, because if anybody fucking hears this and bites it, they're not going to do it as good, so it's fine.
Exactly.
Quote me on that.
We wrote a song about school shootings 3 weeks before Parkland happened,
Right.
and Jay gave me a dope beat. What I did was on this record, I had this idea because I'm like, let's stop talking about what the media is talking about. Let's do this from the perspective of the shooter. Why is this kid so fucked up that he decided that he had to do this?
And let me cut you off just so they know this. It's not like a horrorcore sounding track where he's like, "I'm shooting up everybody," blah, 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 over an evil beat. It's actually like fucking tearjerker shit without being
No, it's upsetting.
corny.
It's like let's
Nothing corny about
like
it.
let's stop pointing fingers for a second, but let's look at some real things that are happening. The pharmaceutical industry is insane. When a kid's fucked up mentally, the first thing they do is just throw fucking pills at this child, and
They
I'm saying,
do
like,
that to everybody.
Like there's a huge issue with our society that are driving people to do what they're doing, and I just kept seeing things happening. So like I decided to write this record. And Jay played the beat, and it was just so powerful. I'm like, here's what that was one of those days. I'm like, here's what we're doing. Here's what the song's about. I wrote the hook in 2 seconds.
I feel like we did that at Jake's in the studio,
Jake
right?
Palumbo,
With Raz there too, right?
Yeah,
Shouts out to Jake.
Shouts out to
Word.
Jake.
Hell yeah,
We
love
were
that
all
kid.
together. The song's so powerful. We wrote that song. We did a song called we got a joint called "Walking with Lions."
Yes,
which
we do.
Just incredible.
Yes,
Belushi and Aykroyd. Like we have these big
sample free everything. By the way.
Oh, really? Okay.
Beautiful records.
You would never guess though.
This album is going like it was cool that everyone got to see like us all get together and it was fun and we got to do a couple tours. But this album is big without even trying to be big. Like we're talking about some shit
and a lot of records in the same room, shit.
and barring out at the same time.
And barring
So
out in the same room, like they're just writing their asses off.
Is it safe to say that this is where the group is headed?
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. Because if we wanted to, we could just lock in and make this fucking album not again, but like this fucking I guess whatever the formula. You know what I'm saying?
The
we
one
have a formula
reason that
now.
we
didn't
worked
really
so
have a
well.
formula before.
That and the fact that like we wanted to give people an introduction to who Jamo Gang was. Like we didn't want to go too
So
far.
that's what the EP was about.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
You know what? And I consider it, and I don't want to make any comparisons. The equivalent of like, all right, take Outkast for example. Like their first album, like they let you just know that they existed. Southern Playalistic, and then when they got to the next album, then they started
bug the fuck out.
like we
Slowly but
They
surely.
could be themselves.
right
And they had earned that right to
Just the original.
Yeah.
We gave you Golden Era. We gave you, here we
You
go
Want
again.
shit.
We spit some bars. We had some fun. Like this album will still do that, but we have some like real content and things that we want to say. And me and Raz are very obviously people that know us and our fans. We're very politically charged, and even as well as myself and Raz get along and our chemistry on stage and everything that like he's done for me as a mentor.
Yeah.
Like we have that whole thing going, but then we have J57 who's just like this creative, like who can just go so far fucking out there and he can capture the exact soundscape that we need to say what we need to say because he understands it and that's how he speaks. And so it like this album is going to define us. Like this was very fun to exist in the underground and everyone get to know who Jamo Gang is, but now they're gonna know. Like, they're gonna know.
Yeah, but did you
exactly
guys think that through when you when the group kind of came together, or is this just an evolution of just
evolution? Because the first night, okay.
It did, but at the same time, when we planned on doing an EP and an album, this is the exact conversation I had with J57. I'm like, we're going to put a little out there. We're gonna do a little dance for you, and then your main course is gonna come on the album.
Smack you in the motherfucking mouth on the back.
That's how we picked them out.
And he was like, "Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing."
That's exactly how we picked because we had an album. I want to say 15 songs mixed. I don't know about mastered, but it was mixed. It was done. 15 songs.
I remember you telling me.
So I'm like, I was coming over here being like, yo, the shit's done. You know, like playing him a couple joints. Long story short, I don't know how or why or when or who, but like who brought it up. But like we got that fucking conversation going where we were like, let's trim the songs that are just like going shit. Put those, mainly the sample driven ones too. Put those as the EP. Get it out there free, big. Get it out there big, and then fucking get get with the label or whoever we could partner with for the album. In which we're in talks with a few labels right now, so can't say who, but off on the air at least,
right?
And that's what this is. These are all album songs. Like these are songs that are so crazy that like us three really want everybody to hear that shit like now. But it's really smart for us to do it right and have that launch pad by creating the EP first. That's free. Give everybody that free taste test so they can understand.
And then we do this vinyl that Premier.
Yeah, shouts to Primo, man.
Did the cuts on.
Right.
You can only exclusively get that song on the vinyl.
Yeah.
And that's going to be on the album. That song.
Yeah, that song's going to be on the album.
Okay, dope.
And like this album, I just have such a great feeling about this album. I haven't said that as an artist in a while.
I'm excited, man.
It's incredible.
And
we, like I said, we will play some records.
Yeah, I didn't realize you guys were leveling up like that.
Oh no, we're
Yeah, as a matter of fact, as an Italian American, as you just
I love where this is going.
Described yourself. How do you find yourself in this political vein? Like, what fuels you?
What fuels me is what's exactly in front of us right now. See, I have these conversations, and I decided to get out of this like whole this fucking Facebook debate with people because everyone can hide behind a keyboard and make these uneducated decisions or based on what's going on in their life and their little circle. But I don't consider myself politically. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm a fucking independent thinker. I think a two-party system is a fucked up system. I think democracy should have never been one of two parties because you have to define yourself. And I think you'll agree with me to this extent. Like there's certain things I completely agree with as far as like your second amendment you're right. So your right to own a gun. Right. Like I think you should be able to own a fucking gun. I don't think anyone should ever take that right away from you. I also think that gay people should get married because that's your fucking fundamental right. I I think that if you believe that the government shouldn't intervene in your life, then the government shouldn't intervene in your fucking life. And when it's time for the government, but I also think that we're a country of wealth, and when it's time to help people, we should be helping people. And the problem with our democracy is that we say, hey, well, if you believe that you should own a gun, you should also believe in immigrants shouldn't come in this country. Right. If they're legal, you should also believe in you should be anti-abortion. You should be like you have to side with one or the other. Where I believe that like you should side with what the fuck you believe in,
what you want to side.
Right. Everything shouldn't be broken up.
Right.
Makes sense.
And that's the reason why our country's the state that it's in the state even right now. Like that the polar opposites have hijacked both sides of each party, and a lot of moderate thinkers are just left in the middle to dwindle.
That's true. Yeah, absolutely. There's no doubt about that.
So here we are. Yeah. So I want to speak about it.
Yeah, you have a platform to do so.
That's my
no
platform.
doubt.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Multiple. From the music to interviews.
What's been the one thing that surprised you guys the most about like this group forming and kind of being out there? Like anything kind of caught you off guard or like
not me? That's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's the louder I get politically. Because I've always kind of had like a bit of a political voice, and the louder I get, the more people sound their opinions, but with emotion and not logic. Do you know what I mean? Like people believe in things, and I respect that, but people also start sounding off in the most ignorant way, and I'm not used to handling that. Because I'm used to having a logical conversation. Like if any of us were to disagree on anything politically, like we'd have a conversation about it. I'm seeing this like, hey man, you fucking liberal or the liberal people being like, oh, you believe in that shit? That's like that stuff. I'm like, man, this is crazy because like, you're taking away my human element. Like I firmly believe in things based on logic and not emotion. And everyone's like coming at me. They do the same thing with Raz. Like for example, Raz was we left Fort Worth the other night, and Raz had a picture motorboating some bartender, and his fans were like. His fans were mad. They were like, there's a couple people like, hey,
the Me Too movement got on his
not
ass.
only that, but like, you're
as a white chick, I'm
you
sure
have your face in the tits of an oppressor, blah 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 blah. And Raz is like, man, listen, I'm a fucking knowledgeable ass dude. My fucking record speaks for itself. I had a good time tonight.
Right. He's allowed to fucking cut loose,
at
man.
At the end of the day, I'm just gonna say titties are titties.
Yes. And can I just say,
titties are titties. End of discussion, man.
Let that motor
and then let me take it a step further. John asked that y'all, see any of this happening for the group going in the direction of this, and I would just have to say that I would think that the wild card for this group would be Ras, just simply because of who he is, and I mean, you got to sit back and think about it. Like he's having flight issues getting to a show in Atlanta at the 529. That's fucking with me right now because we talking about Ras Kass. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like I know what the 529 represents for me, but that's just me. Mm-hmm. But for somebody like Ras Kass and a group like Jamo Gang, that to me shows his loyalty to the group.
He's very loyal.
He is that's one thing I will say.
Yes, sir.
He is extremely loyal to this group. Like, if he were to be sitting here right now, like, his screensaver on his phone
I was just going to say that.
Is Jamo Gang.
No shit.
The logo since we had the logo before anybody saw it.
That's wild.
This group is first because he believes in us and what we're doing.
That's wild.
And then, he's got things planned with him separate from Jamo Gang.
Yeah, we got other shit.
Him and I are doing some cool shit. Yeah. Like it's just like Raz has been a good friend of mine for a long. I've seen him through a lot of shit. He and I know he's a legend. I was a huge fan of him. I would spin Rassassination on my turntables and I love that dude, and I understand the method to his madness. Like, he is an artist. He's been fully taken advantage of as an artist, but he's also a fucking genius. And
he's still one of the best.
Yeah.
Dude, I got West Coast connections. I know stories way worse than Ras Kass motorboating titties. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I have heard some things, and I don't put none of that shit past them. But motorboating some random titties, hey man, that's light work. You know what I'm
super
saying?
light work.
That's nothing.
Yeah,
I wish it was me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm jealous. I'm jelly right now. I'm extremely jelly right now.
Jelly. Murder Meeks. I'll just speak on this one last thing about them talking about the political thing, right? So with me as an artist, I don't really rap about political things. There is a song where we touch on that, and I have a song with you guys that's in that vein.
Oh, that's right, you do.
It's in that vein. You know what I'm saying? It's not when you hear it, when we play the Jamo shit after, you'll hear, and everybody else listening will hear later on. It's not the same shit. Our shit is like introspective version of it. The Jamo shit is like clean cut facts. Here's facts.
Right.
It's exactly what you expect from knowing, fucking just classic Ras Kass shit where he's talking about some crazy shit like that. So I don't rap on this shit, so it's really cool for me to be on the same wavelength mentally as them and have the same stance as them and have them say all the shit that I feel, because they've never said one thing politically or whatever that I don't agree with.
Yeah,
if there's ever anything that pops up just like in life, like a PC thing, I'm the guy who actually, I'll be in the room, we're in the studio, I'll just tell the engineer, hold it a second, I'll pop in and be like, hey, what do you think about changing this to that? You know what I mean?
Right.
And 100% of the time, that's not a problem. That's only happened a couple of times.
Yeah.
And it was never anything like super offensive or horrible. I was like, yo, that could be taken the wrong way. A couple of times that's happened.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about the PC thing.
Yeah, of course.
But the political thing, like I've said, I don't rap about that stuff. I don't debate about it. I don't do any of that stuff because I have like a really bad temper. So I don't want to talk to people about shit like that. So the fact that they get to say everything that I fucking feel and I get to put my stamp on it, I'm like, thank you for saying it for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We just think, like, me and Raz are very similar because we think society, there's a joke element to it, like based on what you're fed via media.
Yeah.
So we're the guys that try to throw a filter into it.
True.
Like we sat there during the elections in 2016. And it's funny because my restaurant was restaurant was the campaign headquarters, and which unknowingly until 2 days prior for Jill Stein.
Okay.
So we were supposed to be the Green Party wanted to hire like our upstairs to be like they were going to come through. I thought Jill Stein was going to be live via Skype and say hi to everybody. They're like, no, Jill Stein's coming. Like, this is her. Fucking this is your Mexican restaurant in Manhattan is her campaign. So my first thing was like, man, I'm really sad. I'm sad for this campaign.
They're gonna build a wall around.
Secondly,
I don't know, Gant. I've had the food there. That food is fucking banging.
Queso, though.
Secondly, I'm like, dope. So, but the funny thing is, we were airing the debates the whole time. So downstairs was all Hillary supporters, and upstairs was the Green Party. So like, as things were changing during election night, people were walking upstairs and yelling through the doorway like, "Fuck you, Jill Stein," as if it was her fault.
Jesus,
shit. Yeah. So I was like playing this. I got to talk to Jill Stein. Immortal Technique came through. He made a speech. That's my boy. I fucking love him. It was great to see him.
That's cool.
So the whole thing was dope.
Cool.
But after this whole election, I was like, man, like. And I don't give a fuck about voicing my opinions on this whole shit. I'm like, man, like, this whole thing's crazy. But at the same time, like, I knew exactly what was going to happen election night because we were force fed a certain candidate that tried to do the same thing in 2008. And there was a lot of shit that happened. I'm like, maybe some of my views are left leaning, but at the same time, we weren't given the candidate that we really wanted. If you were to be that left candidate.
I mean, you're not the first person to say that.
And then there's a cause and effect, and there's balance, and there's tension and release, and the tension and release was Donald Trump. So like I knew exactly what the fuck was going to happen, but I didn't want to be a part of the masses. They're like, oh, he's here, and we're all gonna die as a society. And I'm like, let's just see what the fuck happens. And now we're watching it, and now we get to voice our opinions about it. Yeah. And my only hope is that the youth, because when things were really fucked up in the late 80s and early 90s with crack and there was a huge movement. There was a very pro-black stance. You had groups like X-Clan, and you had even like the Native Tongues that would be very politically motivated, and Queen Latifah. Like there was this huge pro-black movement. And then there was a huge political movement. There was the Public Enemy movement. There was the Rage Against the Machine. Like my only hope out of this whole thing was that there were going to be a bunch of young people that would take a moment musically to voice their concerns, because we're living in a crazy ass time. And you see politically that's starting. Like our youth is actually making more moves than our millennials got lazy. They got really lazy. Yeah. The millennials are like, I'm entitled. I should have this work and this job because my parents had money.
Youth out here today.
But that next generation that's up to deck, those guys are like, they're starting.
And it's not going to be the music where they show up.
No, they're going to show up in different places, but they need to show up.
Fight them motherfuckers. Yeah. Like they don't give a fuck. They not
popping the Xanax and going.
Yeah. They high as hell. They ready to get it on. Like they're going to be the ones that actually make, like physically, manually make the change.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's not going to be subliminal shots via music and videos and whatever else. It's going to be real time, real effect.
But the most beautiful thing about this country is the fact that people threw fucking tea in a harbor to protest shit because they weren't being represented properly. And that's what everybody has to remember, whether you're right or left. Like protest is how we get shit done in this country.
Yeah,
freedom of speech is how we get shit done.
That has been my one hang up, man, with everything that has gone down with whatever the situation or the case may be. But the fact that people are upset, the people are upset about the protesting going on in the NFL or anything. I'm like, this is our fucking right. This is what you supposedly love this country for.
Exactly.
Is being able to say what you want to say.
Like, you can't do that in other countries. A lot of other countries. Yeah.
I'm like, I have.
It's the type of people that's protesting now.
Right.
Is what the
crazy,
problem is.
man.
That's really their deep problem.
I don't want to talk about this shit no more. Yo, real talk.
We went there.
What Jamo Gang is about is just talking about like, hey, speak your truth. Speak your truth.
Facts.
And we'll respect you for that. I don't care what your truth is, but speak it.
There you go, Meeks. That's got it, Meeks. That's your fucking motto right now. What's your motto right now, Meeks?
Live it. I ain't talking about just speaking your truth. No. Live your truth.
Live your truth.
Live it.
Okay. Exactly.
Yeah. And be a G about that shit. Yo, man, how is the restaurant doing?
It's good. We've been really busy.
I just need you to stay open long enough for me to come up there and eat out.
Oh no, we'll be open for quite some time. I've diminished my role a bit because I've been so busy with the music, but that was what was supposed to happen. Mm-hmm. So it's doing great.
Cool.
You know?
And speaking of successes, like not that y'all gauge that shit or anything like that, but how well did the EP actually do?
That exceeded expectations for me.
Yeah.
I'm a realistic dude. I know everybody in the group is, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, just from my experience with the internet age of stuff, like my first release was a Brown Bag All-Stars project 10 years ago, physical CDs. The year after that was digital, you know what I'm saying? So 9 years in doing digital strictly and only knowing that shit as a person who releases that kind of music, I've been able to really be realistic about how things will be perceived and when projects will fall on deaf ears if you release it at this time of your career or time of the year or other. I have the whole fucking shit down almost to a science because it's changing so much. Hard to always gauge it, but I know in my heart of hearts that our shit did better than we should have done.
Yeah, I mean we got we pushed all the vinyls out. We had a lot of success on our Spotify and all those platforms. We've been good. We sold, every time we've hit the road, we've sold out of our merch. So we've done exactly what we're supposed to do. Now it's time to get that glow and hit that next level.
Got that glow. That glow, you got that glow.
You need the glow to grow. You have to have the glow
Shouts out
to
to
grow. You
Willie.
know.
Shouts out to Willie Hutch. I think that record was cut and recorded in Memphis. Shouts out to Willie Hutch. The Last Dragon soundtrack.
I sampled that back in the day.
Oh, Lisa Charles.
Oh man.
Bars.
What else are you guys working on? It's not Jamo Gang shit.
A lot of stuff. Both he and I are doing a lot of musicals. Right
Weren't you
now.
guys working
A lot
on
of
an EP
theater.
at one point?
Yeah.
You?
Yeah. Yeah.
Working on that.
Well, I mean,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. I mean, we kind of made one, but we're very fine tunery about shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're probably
And I'm doing my
Gonna do that
album.
this
I'm
week,
actually
too.
doing my album right now.
yes,
Like,
that's very important. To talk about.
which he is producing a number of
Okay.
records for.
A couple of numbers on there.
What's
It's time.
that? 2019 thing?
Maybe
Yeah,
could be the end of this year. Who knows?
Yeah, it could be because
Might be best
I'm,
at the end of this year.
I'm pretty far along with it
Yeah.
actually.
Okay.
I just like the last album I released, which is really a glorified EP, but I don't like to refer to EPs in this EP era. It was Beast Academy in 2014. So like I have this album. I got J57 produced a number of joints on it. Motif Alumni did
Got bangers.
got 4 joints on that.
Oh man, I fuck with Motif.
Yeah,
got
he's
hard records on
super
I fuck
down.
with that guy.
Premiere has the number of
Oh,
joints on
shit.
that, and
All right.
it's a fucking amazing. It's gonna be the album I've always wanted to make.
Yes.
Dope. All right.
Without-
What about you, Jay? I mean, I know you're working on fucking 25 trillion
I
things
can't
all
even
the
start
time.
that because people will hear this and get fucking mad if I don't remember our project because that happens to me all the time. So I learned to not do that shit.
I'm gonna say one
yes,
because he's my boy.
do it.
All right.
Shabaam Sahdeeq.
All right.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, shouts to Big Bam. We got Shabaam Sahdeeq and J57 LP almost done. Shouts to everybody else I have records
LP.
with.
Now this means it's
more than 7
Okay,
tracks.
thank you.
It
All
might
right,
be
good.
fucking close to 13ish, 12.
Perfect.
It might end up
All
being
right.
that.
Okay.
Banging
So
Jamo
it is
track
an
on
album. It is an actual
It's an
album.
official album.
It's not an EP
album.
that you're calling
And
an
guess
album.
what? There's a fucking vibe on it too. Like there's an actual feel
Oh,
to the
really?
record. It's not like, oh, cool. He's rapping his ass off over some cool J beats. Like there's a fucking like I'm doing vocal things like I'm doing like effects to the vocal. I don't mix, you know what I'm saying? But I'm doing effects and stuff and tricks that I'm doing to this shit that's giving it a feel, a vibe, you know, of real cohesive.
You're singing.
No. I'm not singing.
T-Pain?
I'm doing. I mean,
No.
he's rapping on the shit. I'm not. He has me rapping, like doing a couple of hooks. I'm fucking
Okay.
grateful as hell that Shabaam is like actually a big fan of me rapping. He heard the song Sonic BoomBap, and since then he's like, "Yo, you fucking killed that
Oh,
song!"
really? That's dope.
Like to this day, every time I talk to him, he brings that shit up. So it's like,
Has
that's
Shabaam
huge to
worked
me,
with
you know?
one producer on a project before?
Focus.
Oh, that's
The
right.
last project he did.
But it wasn't just Shabaam though.
It was Shabaam and Ed
Ed
O,
O,
right?
right? You're
Yeah.
right.
So this is the first.
And that was
one.
an EP, right? I think it was an EP. That's like
Yeah,
6
you
or 7
may be
joints.
right. You
Holy
may be right.
shit!
To me, it was an
This
EP.
is monumental shit. So that's
See?
why we're talking about that.
All right.
Bam is our
what's up.
fucking brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he's,
man.
he's like the 4th member of Jamo Gang. Really,
He really is.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. No
So
doubt.
that's why I'm only going to talk about that one outside of DJ John Doe X J57.
Yeah, man.
And I have I got some dope features on there. I don't know
Yeah,
if we
yeah.
can talk about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
We got Meeks. We
Yeah.
got El Gant. We got Ras
Yeah.
Kass. I'm not going to tell everybody. Almost did. Almost just did.
The remixes are going to
The
be
remixes.
fucking crazy
Maybe we'll keep the
too.
remixes low for now,
Yeah.
right? 'Cause
I
then
think
just
I
fuck 'em
talked
up.
about it already a
You
couple
did?
weeks ago. Yeah.
Drugs beats. We got drugs beats on the remixes. You know what I'm saying? But everything's crazy. So that's
Yeah.
like that's just
good.
getting right. John knows
Yeah.
it's getting mixed right now.
That's soon. That's
That-
this fall for sure.
I think that'll be the next like J57 project
Yeah, I
like
think so
that.
too,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like where me rapping and shit. I have
Yep.
an album done, but I
Yep.
want that to come out after this shit. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah. All right.
Well, the following night after this, the mix show drops Tuesday. The following night after this mix show drops, and these snippets are heard for the interview that drops on Thursday. There's a little tete-a-tete.
Soiree.
Gala.
and
Pizza
an-
party.
An event going down at the 529 in the East Atlanta Village Wednesday night, August 15th, man. How much pyrotechnics did y'all purchase?
You know what? I saw Slayer the other night. I got to see Slayer, which was crazy, and I saw the pyrotechnics, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna grab their shit off stage. And use
No,
it.
I just got a basket of Roman candles.
That'll work too.
Well, as long as it's not like the
Dolcino.
fucking what was the fucking shit up in Connecticut? They fucking lit the whole club up.
Great White.
Oh, great.
Oh,
But it
man.
ain't right. I make it a late night. Take the mic, blaze the place, play with a Great White.
Right.
Yo, I saw JT
El
Money
Gant, 2000.
setting his own pyrotechnics off during his stage. show.
No.
Come on.
No. That defeats the
Bullshit you not.
purpose.
And it sounded like a fucking bomb every time he was doing this shit.
Damn.
Well,
That's depressing.
Ask DJ Element, my stage show.
When you're blowing out flames and shit.
I would blow big fireballs of 151.
Yeah, he did tell me. I still haven't seen that. I kind of want you to do it in this music video, by the way. I forgot to ask you. I kind of want you to at some point. Like a slow motion of that would be kind of dope. But you don't have to. It's okay.
To quote Shonuff,
Oh man.
meet me at the designated place at the designated time, and I will designate that ass.
Show
Dude,
enough.
you have a career in voiceover.
Yes, he does.
Dude.
Like, I'm
You
good,
really-
but
no
he's
shit.
good.
No shit for real.
He is good.
You have
Hey, yo,
got
real quick, tell me a little something about Primo Jab.
What?
Say what?
no. That's Raz.
Is that
was for
Raz?
Raz. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Because remember we played the Primo Jab joint last week,
Yeah.
and Raz was on it.
Well, that's why I was asking, because he's
Right.
just been kind of prominent on our social shit.
Yes,
so
he has.
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Really?
That
That's all right.
did fall under
We played a
Raz.
joint.
I'm sorry.
There's a cat Primo Jab, but Meeks, what's his story? He's
Hey, Raz, I'll talk to you about that Wednesday
on
night.
Wednesday.
Yeah, Raz.
Sorry, guys.
Raz, I know you're at that. You're at that big.
He's at the other red roof in fucking wherever.
He's with the richest guy in whatever city.
Yeah,
he's like right now.
exactly.
I like the cut of your jib.
Yeah, he's fine. Wherever Raz is,
Yeah,
I'm sure
his
he's
life
fine.
is sometimes one hell of a movie.
Oh god.
And he's like the first one to say, "Yeah, you're right."
You're right.
You know, like he's lived the life.
I know you're in that big. You're at that big Popeyes in the sky right now at the airport.
Big Popeyes in the
Crazy.
sky.
Raz is fucking getting ready to hijack an airplane like that cat did in fucking Seattle over the
Yo,
weekend.
I've been enamored by this fucking.
Yo, that
Wait, what?
shit is crazy.
Can you just tell me real quick? I don't know.
J57.
I live a sheltered
by the
life
way,
in the
he
studio.
is,
Dude,
he is Ted Kaczynski minus the.
let me tell you
bombing.
something.
Yeah, that's true,
let
though.
me tell you how much I envy this fucking guy right here.
Oh, this is deliberate, by the way. Keep going.
this
yeah,
motherfucker
Yeah.
turns off his phone.
True.
You, if you're lucky if you get a response on email from this guy in fucking less than 48 hours.
Yep.
This motherfucker is focused, man.
That's exactly what it is. It's no disrespect to anybody, not even one person. Even people I don't like.
Focus.
It's not a disrespect thing.
I plan my
I just
whole
gotta do what
life
I
out
gotta do.
around. If I send something out Monday, will I get it back by Wednesday?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man.
plan.
Yo, that's gangster, Jay.
I
For
do what I
real.
do, man.
I'm serious. Like I know I joke with you about it a lot,
I
but
do have the house number.
Yeah, he does.
I'm one of very few, but
You're the only one, I think.
but good
Premier
luck.
has it.
Yeah,
He called once.
good luck getting that answer.
I have it, but
I gave Premier.
Oh,
the
that's
house
how he
number.
got it. I mean, how else would he get it? How else would he get?
I'm like,
You didn't give it to him.
I'm like,
Yeah, true.
J57 is gonna not be cool with this.
I'm gonna be like, why the fuck you give him my number?
Yeah,
You're
Yo, I
not
love
saying
it.
that to Primo.
But you know what?
I love it, man. I love it that I get a
yeah.
response on email faster than I do text. That's just dope,
yeah.
man.
No.
Kudos you, man.
I wanna
That's
be-
some hard shit to
I
do,
want to
man.
be him.
Oh my god!
I'm serious. That's some hard
think
shit
about
to
this.
do.
Think about this. Think about people who are like this. There had to have been a breaking point at some point. It wasn't like I was just like, yeah, I'm just so like relaxed. I'm just gonna do it. It was like the opposite. I was going through some shit with like OCD level shit with like I gotta write back to everybody. They're gonna be mad at me.
Yeah.
I'm like getting used to technology and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
fuck
man.
that. I was
That's
just,
how I feel when
I
I
was
get
like,
a
fuck
text.
all this shit.
I get a text today and we're like, hey man, we need 3 cases of tomatoes for
Tomatoes.
and I'm like, call fucking someone else. I own this shit. That's the reason. That's the reason. Like, you're supposed to talk to somebody else, motherfucker. Like,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Where's the manager?
but I'm, yeah, right. I'm just so nice, and I'm like, you're all making more money than me in this picture.
Yeah, no
Assholes.
shit. No shit.
That's hilarious. Good
Oh
times.
man. All
Good
right.
times.
What else you guys want to say, man? We can wrap this bitch up. What else you got?
Man, that's about it.
Stay tuned, man.
I
This
would
album,
say,
you
is
know?
there anything you want to get off your chest? But we've already
I
kind of
think
went.
we covered that.
We covered
Yeah,
that
we
shit.
completely bodied the whole
I feel
shit.
like
with that.
I feel very like this is a very therapeutic. for
Very
me.
therapeutic.
Good,
I feel
man.
great.
Good, man.
Yeah.
So where can people go to support you guys?
Oh, JamoGang.com.
Most importantly. Okay.
JamoGang.com.
But the EP's free. Can they buy something there? Is there merch to buy?
Yes.
Like, what's the deal?
Yeah, because if you go on JamoGang.com, you can buy the vinyl.
Yep.
Okay.
With the song that's exclusively with DJ Premier doing the cuts on. You can only find it there. So you can buy the vinyl. You can buy Jamo Gang t-shirts. You can buy Jamo Gang snapbacks.
Even better.
Jamo Gang hoodies.
You love them.
It's all on the
wintertime's coming.
Get
them while they're hot.
Winter is coming.
Winter's coming.
So you can buy all that shit, and you can see our tour dates. We're on tour for the next 2 weeks. Obviously, we're here in Atlanta on Wednesday,
rocking with Dochino.
Yeah,
and then we got a couple openers on tour with us. We got Mig's son and
Savannah in the house.
Our little fam, Jam Young.
Yep.
Yeah, and then we're in Columbia, South Carolina on the 16th. We're in New Orleans on the 18th, and we're in Cleveland. Then we're in Detroit, and then we're in Indianapolis.
Detroit.
So, y'all are all over the place.
All the tour dates are there. Yeah, we're gonna at this point we're gonna.
Gant's not driving by himself. No.
Nope, I'm not driving.
You're not driving.
He's not driving.
Just Canada.
I'm retired.
He's retired from driving.
I only drive in other countries.
That's gangster.
Actually,
that's pretty gangster if that's a fact.
2 days ago, I drove. And I'm not even saying this to big up myself. I'm a machine.
I was calling him the machine the whole time. I mean, shouts to Conway, but I was calling him the machine the whole tour.
For real. And him and I could talk about that because
this is real.
No,
this happened. It happened.
No. Driving wise, I am a machine. Like I left. We went from El Paso to Dallas, and I drove like the second half. But I'll drive hours at a clip.
If you play some Howard Stern, this motherfucker is zoomed in, just going. Driving.
You give me some iced coffee, black, no sugar, no cream. I'm in.
Yeah. But Texas is no punk, man, because people don't
we
realize
we drove through hailstorms.
People don't realize the distance between cities. Like people talk about
crazy.
Fucking Dallas and San Antonio.
Just going back to that
9
trip
hours.
we took. I woke up 3 different times. We was still in Texas.
Hell
like,
yeah!
Still in motherfucking Texas. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, man. Yeah, that place is huge.
And second to that is New Mexico. Like, I didn't think we was gonna ever get the fuck out of New Mexico.
We did that too.
Yeah.
I did that drive from Albuquerque to El Paso.
Cacti and everything.
Cacti.
Killer cacti.
Venus flytrap, pitcher plants, any carnivorous bug-eating beast of a plant.
That shit was crazy.
That's wild.
So we'll be on the road. Come check us out.
Cool.
Check out the show.
Yeah,
man.
If they in your city, go see them.
Yes, sir. All right.
No doubt.
Thank y'all for coming through, man.
Thank you guys.
For
Always
real.
a pleasure.
Always fun.
Yeah, good
I've
times.
never been here before. Just kidding.
Don't see the Barbie Escalade anywhere, but
Oh, it's in the garage.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you can go hop in it for
another picture?
I'm
Yo,
taking
might
my
have to.
stand.
if you want to.
Every year he does that shit. We just we have a stack of them
You know
in
what's
20
funny?
years, like every year.
I actually thought about that. I was thinking about the old place because we actually had to go buy the old house. Today actually, because a package actually got delivered to our old address, and
Really?
we still know the people that lived there. So we
That's
actually
cool.
went back there, and then we passed the old house, and I started thinking about him being in the in that picture, and then Mr. Green, Mr. Green hopped in that
Yeah.
joint too.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Hey, Mr. Green,
Shouts to Green.
taking my thunder.
Yeah. Good old Green.
No,
He
yeah,
drank
good
us out
times.
that night, man.
But yeah,
Green something else.
Green,
man.
Green's hilarious.
Yeah, he's
dude.
a great dude, and he can go in.
Yeah, you can.
But let's see every year. I'll take a picture in that,
All right,
that
cool.
pink,
Let's do it.
and we'll see
Yes,
how much
sir.
I've grown horizontally.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh, real quick, you guys are going to be A3C.
Correct.
Yeah, October.
Can we talk about that?
4th? Yeah.
Okay.
absolutely.
All right. Cool. All right.
Shout
October
out to
4th,
Kathia
A3C.
Woods. Yeah, we're doing the Earl.
Okay.
All right, we'll be there.
Shabaam's on that joint too.
Shabaam's on that joint.
Okay.
Uncle Bam.
All right. Cool.
A quick little tidbit: the Earl means East Atlanta Restaurant and Lounge.
Did not know that.
Fun fact.
I just thought it meant place where hipsters can smoke cigarettes.
Well, that's what it is too. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
All right. Cool.
Place where this guy.
Meeks is like, don't even fucking get me started. He's shaking his
Don't
head.
even get me started. Really grinds my gears.
All right, cool. So that's on Thursday night, and then we'll see. This is going to be Thursday when they hear this, so the show would have already been over. So anyway, hope you were there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Hope you were
should have
there.
been there.
All right,
Missed it.
Jamo Gang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
J57, El Gant. Yeah.
No doubt.
DJ John Doe.
Shouts out to Ras Kass.
Vangard
Radio. Hey, bring some of that rich guy's money with you, man.
Bring that old ranch hand.
I know he gonna give you the combo to the safe. Empty that bitch, Ras. We need it, man.
Can you imagine Raz and Meeks fucking going back and forth in this motherfucker?
Yeah, I'm looking
forward to that Wednesday.
Yeah, I really thought he was going to be here tonight, man, because I met him at A3C one year, and just most approachable, man.
Yeah.
Chopped it up with him.
That's right, we did meet. He gave me his fucking phone number out of nowhere.
Dope. That's
yo,
awesome.
he got people's here in Atlanta. Patchwork Studios.
That's right.
He's a part of the history of that.
Yeah, no doubt. So,
he's doing all of his the
line for line.
Yeah, that's all on here, right?
He did the whole series there.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, but Wednesday night we're gonna get it in.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, Southern Vangard Radio.
Yeah,
twice a week Meeks, twice a week Doe. And we out.
We out, man.
Hey.